listen to some speakers and learn some stuff. Who's ready to learn something great? Really, that's all? Who's here to learn something great? Thank you very much. Well, I'm here to introduce the fabulous Tracy Repchuk, and she is going to talk to us today about how to start, grow, and build your business in 4 weeks. And I don't think that's a typo. 4 weeks. How cool is that? I'm going to be taking a lot of notes. Tracy is known as the Quantum Leap Coach because when it comes to going fast, she catapulted into the internet marketing scene with her quantum leap thinking philosophy and ability to navigate new markets with formula-based success. Formula, it's a formula. I've heard Tracy speak before. She's fabulous. She talks about following a formula. Today, we are going to hear some amazing things from her. One of the things that I wanted to tell you about Tracy, when I was talking to Ken, he said that Tracy is very proactive in building relationships. If you want to build a relationship with someone who is good at communicating with others, Tracy is the person you want to get to know this weekend. So Ken wanted me to tell you that. He's so excited that you're here. And for the rest of you, I'll let Tracy tell you her story, but here's a few things you're going to be discovering today. She's going to tell you the 2 things you need to know before starting internet marketing. And it'll probably help some of us who've already started. She's going to tell us the 3 simple secrets to transform your life. How to take or make content to become an instant expert. How to get loyal subscribers that pay you to build your products, and how to double your income in 1 month. I can't wait. Tracy Repchuk, come on up.
Are you guys ready to make some money?
Yes!
Really? Yes! Okay then, stand up. If you want to make money in internet marketing, you're going to have to do 2 things. One is listen to your mentor, and the second is take massive action and get off your butts, which you just did. Well done. That is the first way to get going. Because in internet marketing, the path is already laid for us. All we have to do is follow it, and that's something I'm going to talk very heavily about. Does that sound easy? Yeah. Good, because it can be. All right. Okay, so who here has a really big purpose, and you need a lot of money to do that? Let me hear you say yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Who here would like to work when they want, do what they want, do where they want, and make way more than you possibly ever could in a job? Let me hear you say yes.
Yes.
Who here would like to pay cash for a car by the end of the year? Let me hear you say yes.
Yes.
How about be credit card debt-free by the end of the year? Let me hear you say yes.
Yes.
And last but not least, what about buying the house of your dreams at the end of a year? Let me hear you say yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you about how I got started in internet marketing with no list, no contacts, and achieved all of that in my very first year. And how you can do it too, by just 3 simple steps that I'm going to be covering. So my name is Tracy Repchuk, as was stated, and I went to my very first internet marketing show in September of 2006. And when I got home, I said to my family, we're moving. And from that, I could see that internet marketing was the place that I needed to be. So in essence, I was, for a very long time, an illegal alien. So when I got back home to Toronto, Canada, and I said, we're moving. And what we did at that point is put our house on the market, and it sold in 3 days. Because I got on a TV show called Take This House and Sell It, episode number 73. So that's how you get things done fast, because I knew I needed to be down here. So I took my 3 kids, and we crossed the border and made our way to Burbank, California, while my husband stayed back and did all the closings for the property. And we crossed the border with just 1 suitcase in our hand. Wow. And we showed up in Burbank, and we got an apartment. We paid first and last month's rent, and we slept on air mattresses for 3 months, and we had no furniture, and we had no kitchen utensils, none of the things that you're used to. and we would eat big bags of popcorn from the bulk store, and all sorts of things went on for 3 months. Until at last, our vehicle, the truck with our goods that did not sell, crossed the border, made it through customs, and made its way to California. Then I spent the next 6 months with no Social Security, which meant I couldn't have a bank account, and I couldn't get credit cards. So I was less than nothing in this country when I first arrived. So why would I go through all that trouble? Well, the answer is internet marketing. Because although this can be done from anywhere in the world, when you're down in the US doing it, buying is cheaper, selling is easier, and travel is much, much simpler. And so I took massive action. Now, who here thinks I also took a massive risk? Good, so keep that in mind, because I'm going to come back and address that question at the end as well. So what I'm going to talk about today really is the 3 simple steps called quantum leap profits and how you can get them too. So let's take a look at why most people get into this industry. Over 83% of people think that they work too hard. They have no idea how they're going to get out of their current business model or their current job. They don't make enough money to retire. But even worse, they're really not passionate about what they do. Can anyone here relate to any of that? This is where I came into the marketplace. Although I was an entrepreneur for 23 years, I was tied to a model that was not allowing me to do what I really wanted to. It was a time for money exchange. And so when I went away for 3 weeks with the kids, that meant that I made no money. Or when I wanted to do something different, travel, speak, no matter what I was doing, there was no such thing as automatic income. And I thought somewhere out there must be a model that I can look at. And so I got an email into my inbox, and it said, come and see an internet marketing show. And I read this thing, and I said, wow, if that's real, this would be perfect. And so as I went to my first internet marketing show, which funnily enough was exactly here in Las Vegas, and I saw everybody coming on the stage, and they were talking about making money while they slept. And I thought, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to make money. Who else here wants to make money while you sleep? Yeah. I thought, that is the answer, making money while I sleep. And from that, I noticed that it was the perfect opportunity for me to gain my freedom. Now, who else here would like to have some freedom? Say, I do.
I do.
Exactly. And this is why I want my freedom. Now, there are a lot of reasons why you want freedom. For me, there's many as well. It's church, it's charity, I have causes, I do want to do a lot of traveling, and the biggest part, though, for why I want freedom is my kids, my family. So you'll notice there, oh, I think I got a pointer, right? There we go. So for anyone who has met my husband, Dave, he is the reason why I can do any of this. Because as I'm traveling around speaking and doing all my little internet marketing things, Dave is taking care of the 3 kids, and he's handling all the back office obligations. And then I've got my son in the corner, in the upper right corner there. And he is 11 years old, and his name is Caleb. And then I've got my daughter in the middle. She's 13 years old, and her name is Kennedy. And then I've got my other daughter in the bottom corner there. Her name's Celestial, and she is 12 years old. Now, if you're thinking that they're relatively close in age, 11, 12, and 13, you would be correct. In fact, they were born exactly a year apart in the same month. And so that's a formula that I won't be repeating. How many people here have a dream that they've had since they were a kid, but they just don't know how you're going to make that happen? Let me hear you say yes for dreams. Yes. So when I was 12 years old, I had a dream that I wanted to be a best-selling author. I had no idea how that was ever going to happen. Only as I went through, kind of that dream started getting pushed aside. I would look into publishing and all sorts of different routes. And it just never seemed to be able that it was going to happen, but I still never let go of it. And then the day I stepped into internet marketing, I discovered that there's these things called formulas. And there it was. There was an exact formula on how to become a best-selling author. So I thought, there it is. That's how I'm going to make one of my dreams come true. So on Feb 17th, I started with this formula that I had purchased from a mentor. And I worked it for the next 58 days while I wrote the book and did the marketing and launched a bestseller on the 58th day, one day before my birthday. So that dream was finally and at last realized. It currently now has over 80 positive reviews on Amazon. But what really makes this book important to me is that it has stayed on the top 4% of Amazon sales for over a year and a half. And the reason for that is because I discovered something along the way, and that was if you create a product that solves a problem, you have an instant market. And this book, which is the A to Z of internet marketing, how to start from goal setting to landing pages to sales pages to AdWords to co-registration to traffic, all the way across, apparently solved a niche in a market, especially for the newbies or the newcomers to the industry. So it started to get a lot of attention. It got picked up by a New York publisher, which was another one of my goals and dreams and aspirations. But the bottom line is this never could have happened without a formula. And that was a trend that I was starting to see very early on in the game. And then what I discovered after I launched the book was there was this thing called a back end. But I didn't know that at the time. And that taught me another very important lesson. And that came from one of my mentors, Mike Littman. And that was, you don't have to get it right, you just have to get it going. Right. Because had I waited for me to have what was the back end, perhaps the coaching program or the one-time offers or the upsells or everything streamlining in this beautiful cohesive plan, I would not have launched. It would have been a little too overwhelming for something right out of the gate. This was the very first project that I did, was my book. So right out of the gate, I didn't have a back end. So on one side, you could have said, ooh, that's a shame, that was a failure. But on the other hand, it was you don't have to get it right, you just have to get it going. Because what happened as a result of that is people came to me. I had hundreds and hundreds of emails saying, I want you to coach me through the book. And I said, okay, but I'm not a coach. That's what caused me to get on a plane to New York City, fly to Mike Littman, and have him train me on how to be a coach. I flew back, started a coaching program, and I made more money in my first 3 months than I had done the entire prior year, which was well over 6 figures in my first 3 months through this coaching program where I charged $6,000 in order to get one-on-one coaching from me to get you through the book. So that was my very first introduction into internet marketing within the first 3 months. Well, that got me attention. And from that, I was contacted by the World Internet Summit organization, who had announced that I was the new Internet Marketing Success of the Year for 2007. And that was pretty cool, because they flew me, all expenses paid, to Singapore. So I got on a plane, landed in Singapore, got the VIP, unbelievable royal treatment, and then they put me on stage in front of 3,400 people. So take this room and go back another mile. And that's what it was like standing in front of everybody. And so that was an amazing way to start. And again, it wouldn't have happened if I didn't follow a formula and I didn't take the action that was required. And then from that, which was really cool, my what do you call it, notoriety or reputation grew at such a wildfire pace that even this year, I'm a finalist right now for the 2008 Stevie Awards for Business for Mentor of the Year. So in November of this year, there'll be the awards announcement in New York City because of my clients who actually took the time to really tell people that I was worth it and I was really good to be a part of their lives and things of that nature. And again, it was all the formula. So you don't have to get it right. You just have to get it
Going.
good. Then within 5 months, things had moved so quickly for me, I already became an international speaker and motivator where I was traveling around the world to all sorts of different countries, speaking on stage with amazing people, such as Joel Comm, Mike Filsame, Armin Morin, Stephen Pierce, Mark Joyner, and then I was meeting amazing people, such as Mark Victor Hansen, J. Conrad Levinson. Of course, we've got Ken McArthur, who I would not have met had I not been at the same speaking engagement with him, and then he invited me here. So who here would love to have joint venture partners like this within your first 5 months? Because this is what kind of taking massive action, following formulas, and really just doing whatever it takes, understanding what your motivation is so that every day you can come up and make it happen. So we're going to talk about the 3 steps, the 3 most powerful things that I did last year, which were to take a successful mindset, add formulas and mentors, and then add networking. Now what's really great is you're already doing one of these. So give yourselves a round of applause. Because networking is a very integral part of the success of being an internet marketer. And I know it's hard to get away from your family, to take a day off work perhaps, to carve out, to spend more money, to invest to make it here, and more importantly, to give of your time. And I can only say one piece of advice, and that would be that networking is critical to the success. And we'll get more into that in a minute. First, we're going to start with successful mindset. This is a really important piece, and a lot of people don't talk about it. They just naturally assume that it is one of the pieces that everybody has. You see, a stable and strong foundation starts with mental preparation. Successful people have a successful mindset. And in this industry alone, it is even more critical. Because in many cases, you're changing. You're breaking out of your old habits. You're becoming a new person. You're growing. You want something better for yourselves. And you're going to discover along the way that a lot of people don't want that from you. They're comfortable. They don't like that you're changing. They don't like that you're spending. They don't like that you're investing in yourselves. They're afraid if you grow too much, you're going to be gone. You're going to leave them. And so a lot of panic and fear starts to kind of crush and impact on top of you. And so you're going to have to stay really strong. You're going to have to really believe in what's important for you. And because every single one of us has a really important mission in life. And if you deny yourself your own voice and the ability to get that message out that you need and that others need to hear, then you're going to be doing a disservice to yourself and ultimately to your family and anybody else that is really starting to not be thrilled with the direction you're going. So really keep it in mind that you're going to need a very important mindset. And so last year, because I went so quickly, everybody started asking, well, what kind of mindset? What did you do? And I discovered that there was 12 steps that I started to call quantum leap thinking that were very standard in the way I just seemed to execute and do things. So what I started doing, particularly with my clients, was training them on the quantum leap thinking philosophy and how to make that part of the structure and part of the way that you operate. And really what quantum leaps are is when you go further and faster than anyone expected. So you're just humming along and then boof, you're up to the next level and you're growing along. And that is what a quantum leap is. And what it really does, though, is it balances mindset with skills. Because I discovered that there's 3 types of thinkers. One are the normal thinkers, and they get a job and they retire and they die. And then the second are the out-of-the-box thinkers. And they have these fantastic, wonderful ideas, and they work really, really, really hard, and they're doing, and they're doing, and they're doing, but somehow the money just never seems to come. There's a missing element that doesn't seem to be a parent. And then there's the quantum leap thinkers. And they balance mindset and skills in order to attract what they need quickly and easily. And if you think about it, if you're sitting there just trying to attract and you're doing the law of attraction, and you're just sitting there at the gum tree hoping that everything comes to you, you're going to end up doing something like this. And it's the same type of thing. If you're working really hard and you're just trying to make things happen, you're going to end up doing something like this. But if you have a balanced approach and you're just skills and mindset and skills and mindset, then everything comes quickly and easily without all that extra effort. And that is what quantum leap thinking started with. And then the second element was intuition. That is that gut feel, that internal knowingness. That is that moment where you know it's right for you. Because everything you need to do has to start at that point. What feels right to you, what is true to you, and you move on from that moment there. Anybody ever get one of those gut feels or an intuition? You ever get one of those and ignore it? Because a lot of other people might have said, ooh, that doesn't sound right to me. Well, maybe it doesn't sound right to you. That's where, again, you're going to have to listen to your own intuition, hold that strongly, understand that only you know what's right for you. Only you can guarantee ever what is going to work for you. And then once you get that, you run. You go as fast and as hard as you can, because that is the quickest and easiest way to get a quantum leap. Sound good? Okay, great. I just wanted to give a small example here of somebody that I met that did a great job at taking a quantum leap. This is Nikhil Parekh, and he's a poet from India, not Nikhil Parekh, the internet marketer, which now there is. And so I met, for a lot of people that don't know, I have a whole other life inside to me. And that is I'm the president and founder of the Canadian Federation of Poets. And I'm the founder and editor of Poetry Canada magazine. And you'll see some of my magazine covers and samples there. And Nikhil came to me as a poet from India. And after working a mindset, because if poets have one thing going against them, it is mindset. They believe that marketing is a sellout. They think their books will sell themselves. They think that the publisher will sell it for them. And they think that they're almost worthless if they self-publish and don't find a publisher. So in many cases, they actually don't even get their own work out there. And after spending some time with Nikhil, he became a 5-time world record holder for his poetry. And that was a huge, amazing accomplishment in 1 year of his time. And yes, exactly. Congratulations to him. And I wanted to bring that up, especially because I want to show you that this mindset isn't just for internet marketing. No matter where you are in your life, what you're doing in your life, it requires a mindset, and it requires some skills and attention to that. So the second part I want to talk about is formulas and mentors. Because if it wasn't for mentors, in my case, I definitely would not be here. Mentors are people that guide you, help you, definitely give you way more information than you could ever get from any other source, and they cram it into this Harvard education, whether it be a couple of weeks or a longer period of time. And that is how I got here so quickly, was by making sure that I was constantly involved with mentors. And I would say that everybody that you'll see on this stage today and over the next couple of days will tell you that mentors had everything to do with where they got to today. Because you can do it the hard way, or you can do it the long way, or you can do it the expensive way, or you can do it the mentor way. And I chose the mentor way because they have the formulas. They have the formulas, and they've made the formulas work. And then they offer the formulas and the path to you. Because again, in internet marketing, that path is already paved. It is literally the yellow brick road. You just have to click your heels and walk the path. But the thing is, you have to do it. It comes back to the massive action. You're going to have to do the path. But that's all you have to do. So you can get your information from it for internet marketing for any other field in a few ways. One of them, of course, is go straight to a mentor who's done it. The second is you can get your DVDs and your ebooks and those types of information and material from, again, somebody who's done it. The third is you can buy it from somebody who resells it but has never done it. The fourth is you can get it from somebody who teaches and coaches but has never done it. And the fifth is you can go up on Google or Yahoo and you can do a search and you can get all sorts of free information. But it comes down to what kind of impact do you want to make? What kind of information marketing impact do you want to make? Because if you want to make the fastest and the most effective impact in the shortest amount of time, that is where the mentor, again, comes into place. You can go all of these other routes, but then you're starting to exchange how much time you have, and that takes us to the next thing. Comes down to what is your time is money mindset. How many people here have ever said, I can't do that, I don't have enough time? Let me see your hands. That goes down to the fact that time is a very important and scarce resource. So in life, when you have a scarce resource, you have to find a way to maximize and to be able to optimize and to be able to leverage other things in order to take advantage of the fact that in our lives, we seem to be scarce on time at all times. We have jobs, we have family, we have kids, we have other obligations, we might have our church, we might have all sorts of charities or volunteer work. Whatever it does, it takes our time. So when it comes down to internet marketing, you're going to have to take a look at how much time do I have, and then you're going to have to figure out how you're going to leverage that. Because if you don't have time today, then you're not going to have time tomorrow. It doesn't magically open up unless you make some sort of major change. Because that one day never comes. You just have to continue to make sure that you are getting kind of into your own understanding of what your time is. Because time and formulas are very tightly connected, because formulas save time. Formulas are proven to work. So if you're not making money in internet marketing, that means you're probably applying random techniques that you've discovered. And so they're not a sequential way in order to make you money. In internet marketing, it's absolutely fascinating when you first get into this field. You will see that there is a formula for everything. Internet marketing, affiliate marketing, article marketing, sending out a press release, doing a teleseminar. There is a sequence and a formula to everything. Same with, Disney. Disney knew there was a formula. McDonald's knew there was a formula that started with real estate. Einstein had a great quote when it comes to formulas. He said, everything should be made as simple as possible. So if you're following something and it's not simple, then it's not a formula. And you want to find out what is the formula for that marketplace, because it should be simple. Because formulas come with guarantees, and not much else in life does. And following formulas is how you get a quantum leap. And who here wants quantum leap? Let me hear you say yes.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the integrated marketing formula. This, of course, was courtesy of Mark Joyner. And it starts with the landing page, goes over to the sales page, goes to the one-time offer, upgrade, over to a tell a friend, perhaps a viral marketing type of concept, drops down in your autoresponder system, and then flows over and works its way through the market funnel or the Fibonacci, whichever method that you're working with. But the bottom line is, for making automated money, optimizing time, and maximizing profit, this is the formula that people are following right now. And so you do not need to get creative at this point. The only piece you need to get creative with is your product. That's your own uniqueness right there. But if you follow the path and the pieces that are working, that's the piece that's going to make you money. So let's take a look at the landing page formula. This is just one simple page, and it has one focus. And that is the gateway to your list building. Your whole objective of this page is to get the name and to get the email address so that you can continue to build a relationship with somebody that has visited your site. And again, this is not a random page. It has a formula. It has a formula for what the headline should look like, for video if you're using it, for audio if you're using it, for your header if you're using it, for graphics, for where the opt-in box should be. And so when you follow a formula, that is when it makes life a lot easier. This is a great way to get formula-driven, permission-based marketing. And that is kind of, right now, what our industry is dependent on for communication. A great example of taking advantage of a couple of things. One is networking, one was the integrated marketing formula, and the other was the understanding of the concept of leverage. And that was my clients, Bill and Deborah. And actually, Bill was part of the video team that worked with The Secret. Anybody hear of The Secret? Okay, so Bill was part of that team, and so he wanted to create a product afterward called Manifest the Secret. Now, we were at the same show. We were getting the same training for landing pages. But Bill and Deborah came up to me afterwards, and they said, we want you to write the landing page. And I said, okay, it'll be $5,497, and they cut the check. Because they understood that, one, copywriting is an art, and that was kind of where my background is. Landing pages are critical, but the real important thing that they saw was their time was better spent elsewhere. So what these guys spent their time on was the relationship building in the joint venture marketing arena. So they started contacting people who had lists that they could build a relationship with and share the profits with. And on the very first day of our launch, they sold 500 sales, starting from 0 list. The second element of the integrated marketing formula is the sales page. That is that really long thing that most of us hate. We hate to visit them, we hate to write them, and yet they work. And that is why they're long, because you follow the formula. If your sales page needs to be 35 pages in order to pull the sale from somebody, then that's as long as it needs to be. And so you can't there's 15 standard elements within a sales page, and you can't start shortcutting all of that because you don't feel like putting the effort into the sales page because you did such a great job on your product, it's going to sell itself. And unfortunately, products don't sell themselves. And then, so your sales page is a really big part. And so this is that page where you want to really, one focus, sell them. Now, of course, our backup strategy is the fact that we've got them in our autoresponder system from the landing page, and we're at least going to be able to build a relationship if the sales page doesn't pull. Now, even if you're sitting out there and you've been in internet marketing now for, a year, and you're like, oh, I've done landing pages, that's great. But what I would suggest to anyone who's done a landing page that is not converting, see if you're following the formula. You might not be. Same with sales pages. If your sales page isn't converting at the rate that you would like, see if you're following the formula. It's a simple check. There's a checklist. Well, at least there's a checklist for my clients. And you just go through and are all those pieces there, yes or no? And if they're not, then there could be a very big gaping hole as to why you're not pulling in the conversions. This is a great example of a person who, again, started to build their first product. Who here didn't have a product at all and is just getting started? So this is somebody that was in the same boat as you. And her name's Mara Dower. She's from Australia. And she wanted to be in the childbirth industry. She had this great, lovely childbirth, unlike myself. And hers was really easy. And so she decided that she wanted to educate people on how to have this lovely childbirth. And she didn't have the expertise, though. She had just given birth easily. So what we did with Mara is we had her interview and find 12 people in the industry. And that was really easy. It was just doing a search on Google, getting the 12 people, contacting them. Will you do an interview? Yes, I will. Boom. She had an instant product. Interviewed 12 people. Then what we did there is we, of course, got that transcribed, and that gives you a hard copy of that. And then she took packets of 4 people and made a little ebook on it. She packaged them together to the different types of natural childbirthing strategies. And that gave her instantly 3 products with upsells and downsells for all of it across the board. And now that's the cycle that she continues in that market. So she launched instantly with 3 products. And next is her membership site. So it doesn't need to be difficult. Product creation isn't a barrier. So if you're thinking that creating my own products can be hard, I want you to wipe that from your mindset right now. Then, of course, the next element is the blog. How many people here do not have a blog? Okay, cool. Now, so if you have a blog or don't have a blog, the key is you need a blog. So you can go to blogger.com, get one, get yourself a domain name, costs 10 bucks. But the key to remember is your blog has a specific purpose. That isn't just to be kind of some random ramblings about the day's events. If you strategize and you focus your blog post with that search engine optimized for keywords, and that you have a purpose, a call to action for that specific blog, people are going to start to pay attention to your blog, and especially Google. Google's going to start to page rank you. They're going to start to backlink you. People are going to start to scoop your stuff because they think it's interesting as well, and they're going to start to backlink to you. And then you're going to get the traffic that is the reason that you do a blog. You're going to get the traffic pointing, of course, to your landing page, which is another reason for the blog. And you're going to get a high page ranking, which is the strategy and one of the pinnacle points to feeding your landing page and ultimately your sales page. So this is one of the cheapest methods you can ever use to start to get yourself traffic. Oh, and a great way to make money, of course, is you can put stuff along the side, the right-hand side. You'll see a lot of people put on AdSense, perhaps to make some money. For me, I started taking a good look at high-converting affiliate programs that I was a partner of. And then I would put like a $1,000 copywriting program on my blog. And if somebody clicked and bought it, I would get 350 bucks. Again, that become a great resource for passive income. Who would like to wake up to $350 just by having one little small thing on their blog? Exactly. So remember to do that. Take your optimum converting things and put them along the side of your blog. Then membership sites have a formula. All you have to do with a membership site, create a lesson. You just have to be 1 week ahead of your subscribers. Each lesson, they need a week. That's all. You just, every week, you send them a lesson. You send them some sort of strategy or building block to whatever it is you ultimately want to train them on. Then every 4 weeks, you do a teleseminar. This is where they can either Q&A with you, get to know you better, or you can do an interview with somebody and you create an instant product. And then you use an autoresponder system to deliver a message every 7 days. Now the beauty of this is you can be live in a week. All you need to do is have a few lessons ready to go, get your landing page up, and that's it. You're ready to feed a subscriber who has opted into your $47 a month membership site, and you can start to make money instantly. The really great thing about this is the increasing income, which I'll talk about in a second. And the even better part is you're getting paid to create a product. Instead of you saying, I'm going to build an interview product, and you go out and you do that, and then you put a sales page and a landing page all together for that product, instead, you build it within a membership site. You've already got subscribers paying you to create that product. Then you pull it out and do landing page, sales page for that product. And at that moment, you're now double dipping. You're getting double the income, and you were paid to do it. At the end of the year, you've got 12 additional income streams, including the building subscriber base within your membership. So there's a big myth out there that membership sites are hard to do. And in the olden days, they were. I remember when I first came into the industry, which obviously was not that long ago, you would get into a membership site, and it would go, you pay your monthly rate, you would go in, there would be this big extravaganza that somebody probably took months to prepare. All these downloads were sitting there available for you. Everybody would scoop it all, run, and leave your membership. You would have like an optimal retention rate of about 3 months, because you could never continue to put in content as fast as you did for the moment that they landed in. So they would actually leave you quite early. Whereas this The other method that I just spoke about, where you actually are only feeding them a lesson a week, you don't have to create bulk content, and the average retention rate is 8 to 12 months. And even better, when you have your own membership site, there's 4 immediate benefits that come from that, and that is the instant credibility. And that's because you've become an instant expert by the mere fact that you are a resource now. You're a pinnacle or a pivotal point for information that people need. And because people have no time, they need a one-stop shop. They need to know that they can go somewhere, they can get the information that they need, and then they can move along. Residual income. That is one of the greatest things. Two reasons this is really good. One is you know how much you're going to be making every single month. You've got 100 members at $4,700 at $47 a month. You're going to make $4,700. You know that. That comes real handy when you're planning for your mortgage payments, or you need to know exactly how much money it's going to take to get out of your current job. So that is stability. It is the most stable start to internet marketing that there is out there. And you can see from companies such as StomperNet that did a really big membership launch, they made $18 million a year from just one site. So you can see when big powerhouses are doing it, that there is something that is to be said for the power of a membership site. You have a built-in audience. That's the piece I love about my membership site. People in my membership site react far faster than anybody kind of just in my subscriber, or even that has purchased other things from me. Because we have such a tight relationship where they know you, trust you, like you, and continue to buy from you. That's what you create as well in your very first kind of introduction in internet marketing, or when you already have products. This is a great thing to do too. And you're not constantly launching. Anybody ever done an ebook launch and it went like this, went like that, and then there was nothing after and you had to create again?
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. That is a really difficult way to live. And I'll better show you that here. This is the typical launch cycle for the internet marketing industry in many cases. What you do there is you have a roller coaster of a life. You build your product, it takes time and money. You organize your launch, it takes time. You launch, it takes time. And all of this time, you're not making any money. And then you have to do it again. Because as you launch, everything is great, you got all your partners, and you make a little bit of money, and then you plummet. And then you got to figure, are you going to continue to drive traffic to this? Are you going to build something out? You're constantly rebuilding a company strategy because of this cycle. It also makes it very hard to live. Makes it hard to leave a job, makes it hard to know if you're going to be able to provide for your family, makes it hard to know if you're going to be able to make your mortgage payments, pay your credit card debts, because more than likely, this stream of time here, all the money you made at this pivotal point goes back to pay bills that you did not because of during this cycle. So you're never getting ahead. It is kind of a constant battle to the never-ending hope of freedom without achieving it. And that is what I noticed in about my first year and a half in this industry, because that's what everybody was doing. So I said, okay, I'm going to do the membership route. That's what I decided. And so I got into that, and the reason was you install the site, you write a lesson, something that is valuable, important, gives them what they need in order for your member to get what they are looking for. Then you launch it. You can launch a site in 4 weeks. Then you write another lesson. And then money is always coming in. Because as somebody comes in the first month at their $47, they're also there the next month at $47. So unlike the ebook, 47 and gone, they're 47 and 47 and 47 and 47, and so is everybody after that, with an average retention rate of 8 to 12 months.
That's great.
So do we like the new membership site model?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, everyone says, oh, I got no content. I have no idea what to write. I don't know what to do. Well, in the beginning, that's a little bit of a true statement, because you're just a little bit confused about, okay, how would I do this? When somebody comes to me and they have an ebook and they say, okay, What am I going to do? Let's make a membership site. I'm going to go to the membership right. I'm ready. And I say, great. Let's take your ebook, and every chapter and every subchapter is going to be a lesson. I took my book, 31 Days to Millionaire Marketing Miracles, and there's 7 months worth of content when you split it into lessons. Now, obviously, I would take some information and I would embellish into great detail. I would give the specific links. I would do all the necessary parts. But I only had to spend an additional 2 to 3 hours maximum per week to put together a really powerful lesson. So anybody who already has content, you're ready to go. Now, if you have nothing, you can get a kind of a 4-week jump start by going to a place like Gutenberg.org, which is free public domain. So the Signs of Getting Rich and Think and Grow Rich, $1 million empires for a lot of people. That was a free content from Gutenberg.org, and they knew that. They had the knowledge to know to go in there, scoop something, market it, sell it, and make millions. You could do a teleseminar, record it, and turn it into a product. So let's say you do know something, and you feel that that content could be converted. Well, then all you have to do is speak it, put it on the elance.com for $35. They'll give you a transcript. You just take that transcript and pound it into instant content in your membership site. You could invite someone and interview them. Let's say, okay, I don't have the confidence just yet to be my own person. Go out and interview somebody and do the exact same thing. Take the content, you put it into your site. The beautiful part about doing that as well is, what are we going to do? We're going to double dip. We're going to take that product and we're going to take it outside as well. The members get access to it at all times, and you're going to sell it separately as a whole different product. So again, now you're starting to double stream your income. You can go to article sites, and you can actually scoop a whole pile of articles on, let's say, whatever the lesson of the week is. And then all you have to do is give acknowledgement and get permission from the article owners. And they always want their stuff out there, so they'll definitely say, yeah, sure, you can use that. And you use it, compile it, make it easy. And that's not kind of cheating. That is repurposing, and that is giving somebody and saving them time. And that is what you're always thinking. If there's the valuable thing, you've got to constantly remember, nobody has time, and this is what you're doing. And then repurpose what you already have. Again, if you have ebooks, DVDs, CDs, we just start to strip all that content apart and lay it out into a format that you can give to them week after week after week. And you can buy private license rights. That's one of the fastest ways. That is where you get to buy information that somebody's already done and kind of tailor it to your own voice, add what you know, make any corrections that are in there, repurpose that, and launch it. And again, it's a fast way to get started in under an hour. Saves you time, saves the member time, and ultimately, we want to start to get your own voice in there, but if you need money in 4 weeks, then we better find a fast way to get that. Affiliate marketing has a formula, as I'm sure you're going to find out from other people here, such as Jonathan. The one thing that I started with affiliate marketing is I just made sure that I had a landing page in front of any offer that I was sending out that fit within my own core niche. Because you want to build your database. Because a lot of times in affiliate marketing, the money is great, and that front-end commission is great, but the database and the asset that you're building in the back end is the far more important element, because that's where you're going to sell them your back end, which eventually will start to be $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. You need that database in order to create a community that you can sell to for years to come. And that is one of the big purposes of affiliate marketing. What's wonderful when you have a membership site with affiliate marketing is as soon as somebody joins you and becomes a part and a member, they become an immediate affiliate partner. All they have to do is sell 2 memberships to somebody else, and their membership is free. How long do you think they're going to stay in your membership then? They're not going anywhere. They're going to continue to kick $50 to you, because in their head, if they have 2 other people, it's free. And so you're going to continue to build without a retention drop-off. So what I did in my membership site is I trained them right off the bat. As soon as they came in, by the way, you're an affiliate partner for me. Here's your video. Here's your affiliate link. Here are your tools to do it. let's get you going, and then I would hold a teleseminar on how to get them going on it. And that's all you have to do as well. And of course, the traffic. Who here needs more traffic? That's the hot button of the industry. But there are so many ways to get traffic that I think it becomes overwhelming and people think they have to do all of it all at once. So I'm just going to talk about right now the must-do traffic formulas. So in the beginning, if you want instant people within 15 minutes to your doorstep, you're going to have to use pay-per-click. We're going to have to get into some Google AdWords. SEO strategies, that's something you want to be thinking about in the beginning. That's search engine optimization. That is making sure everything that you put out the door that hits the internet is keyword centric. Email signatures, huge valuable real estate that a lot of people do nothing with. They just have their name, Tracy Repchuk, CEO of InnerSurf International, and your email address. This is your sales tag. This is the PS, go to my website and get the 7 secrets to catapulting your website sales and rocket riding your bottom line. Free report now. Use that as the valuable real estate that it is. Because this is when people from external sources not coming in through your landing page are communicating with you, and boom, boom, they're going to be intrigued by that bottom line. Articles, fantastic resource. Start to get 10 articles out the door right away and just build on it from there. And of course, what we're looking for there is the backlinks, the increase in traffic, and of course, the Google page rankings. Viral marketing, affiliate marketing, tell a friend, ebook, video, all sorts of resources you can use there. Press releases, another kind of a good long-term strategy, goes to the backlinks again. Blog, Blog Talk Radio, and Ustream TV. These are the kind of almost a stable foundation now. Blogs are the foundation. Blog Talk Radio is becoming really popular. If you ever wanted to host your own radio show, you can do that for free on Blog Talk Radio. Same with Ustream TV. You ever wanted to be a TV host? You can put your own show together for free on Ustream TV. And then we hit down into the social media element. And that is becoming, of course, where all the communication, relationship building is, such as MySpace, Badoo, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. All of these are allowing you to build external communities that, of course, you're ultimately going to start to feed to your landing page. And what's, again, wonderful about all of these traffic formulas when you own a membership site is all of this becomes content. If you write an article and you submit it to articleesign.com or something, or Article City, you put it into your club as well, because it becomes the one-stop shop that the members need, because they don't have time to cruise around and find everything that you or somebody else has written. And then we'll hit, or just touch on some of the power traffic formulas, super traffic formulas. And a lot of that is going on right here. Of course, joint venture. One of the best ways that you can really accelerate is to leverage off of somebody else's knowledge and or lists. And again, through Ken, I'm going to give a free gift here. It's called Joint Venture Basics, especially for anybody who hasn't had a lot of experience in joint venturing. And often Ken will talk about Sterling Valentine, and that's one of the very first points in this ebook that I want you to know, and that's, you do not approach somebody and say, what can you do for me? Here's my card, sell my stuff, I'm great, it's great, you should do that. It goes back down to, as you approach somebody, what can I do for you? The reciprocation will be 10 times larger than you can ever imagine when you approach a relationship starting from a giving point. Because you got to give to get, right? What do you got to do?
Give.
Good. The next part, of course, we talked about affiliate marketing. Then we have the public speaking, which is a situation like this, where, of course, I get exposure to a lot of people, as could you. As you start to move on forward as well, you can get the same type of mass exposure and mass impact. And then teleseminars and interviews. These are one of my favorite things to do. It allows you to communicate, to give back to your subscribers in a way that only costs you an hour of your time, and then in turn, you've got a product that you can sell. It's such an easy way to build relationships. Here's a great membership case study. This is, again, Marie Lipschitz from Australia. She approached me. We started the ebook route, and then it became, okay, what's next? And I said, well, you know what? I'm working on a membership strategy, and here's how it goes. And she said, that sounds perfect. She said, here's what I would like to do. I said, perfect. So what we did and devised for her was she was going to sell VIP seats to her membership site. So she went and sold 4, she said to me, what price should it be? And I said, $80,000. And she said, okay. She went and approached and she sold 4 corporations at $80,000 for a VIP seat and made $320,000 before we even launched. Does that sound like a good model? Yeah. Exactly. So now we're starting to build this. So what do you need to do a membership site? All you need is a domain name. You can go to iPower.com or anywhere. GoDaddy, there's a million places to buy domain names. You need your host. If you don't have one, I do internetmarketingisp.com, or if you're in your current host, you're ready to go. You need an autoresponder. There's a lot of them out there. I just use a Weber cart, costs you about 20 bucks a month, and you can go from there. Whatever you are currently using, though, is going to work. It just needs to be able to send a message out every 7 days. Content, all the ways I showed you, plus there's tons more ways that I didn't have time to cover, but content is easy. Membership software. There's a lot of routes you can go. There's A-Member Magic, there's other routes, and there's another route I'm actually currently working on that I'm going to be announcing as well for anybody who's in my program. And then there's traffic. Of course, we touched on the must-do, and we touched on the super traffic formulas. There is ways to get traffic. As Ken talked about, they impacted 19 million people in a very short time. We have enough people in this room to create joint venture communities and family relationships where that is an easy task. And then we take a look at point number 3, back to the networking. You really want to consider going to a show a month and having an objective in mind. If I'm not speaking at a show every single month, then I am still looking at what can I attend. Because especially if you've been in the industry and the work is stalling or you're not quite making, it is amazing what they do, not from just a joint venture perspective. I went to, I guess, Big a couple weeks ago. I came home with a 120-point plan on ways to improve what I was doing and ideas that exploded from my head just from listening to the speakers and listening to audience members talk and what other people were doing. This is an environment where you just literally keep getting these implosions of energy after you've kind of been home for a little bit and energy starts to wane and your job comes down and all these things again start to kind of shrink you. Start to, if you can, go to a show a month. It can be local. It doesn't have to be far away. And because in many cases, when you're approaching joint venture people, if you're just randomly emailing them, I don't think you're going to get heard very well. And same with when you want to approach somebody to do an interview product in many cases. Again, it is much better if, hey, I met you at a chamber event, or hey, I met you here. They're like, oh yeah, sure, great, let's do that. So just make sure you put into your agenda as part of an internet marketer that you need to be networking. Because all it takes in this industry is just one idea. Hold up your finger. How many ideas? One. You do not have to have 1,000 ideas. It just takes one idea to make an extra $10,000, $50,000, or turn it into a 6- or 7-figure income business. And then all you have to do is apply mindset, formulas and mentors, and networking to create that balanced approach in order to be able to walk that path easy. So let's take a look at, again, back to mindset. Who here, feels that they're a risk? Has anybody ever told you in your life that you're a risk? Yeah. Whether it be yourself or somebody in your family, that's not a great feeling when somebody says to you, you're not worth it, which is really what that means. Oh, no, you're not buying that. You're not investing that. You can't spend that. You can't do that. Because what they're saying is you're not worth any of that. They're putting the value on you. And I want to make sure that you know your value. I want you to hear say, I'm worth it.
I'm worth it.
Good, let's do it again. I didn't feel worth.
I'm worth it.
One more time. I got good here. There we go. Okay, good, excellent. Because you are. Every single one of us, in everything that we do, we have a message, we have a purpose, it has to get out there. We need to make a big impact in order to affect change on the world. Because I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of crap going on in the world right now. And it's not even real. Literally, I know a lot of people are impacted by foreclosures and by the stock market crashing and by your retirement plans going down the tubes and things of that nature. But there's a whole other side of the market that is gobbling up homes like gumdrops. They're buying up stock like candy because it is a booming market for anybody willing to take the risk and invest. It's the whole other side of a coin. And that's what I want to make sure in this room that you guys understand. You're the other side of the coin. No matter where you're sitting right now, you would not be in this room if you did not understand you're the winning side of that coin. Okay, sound good?
Yes.
Excellent. Because you have the ability to pick which side you want. And that starts with 100% mindset. And so you just want to make sure. And again, this comes back to who here thought it was a risk for me to leave my country, drag 3 kids away from their friends, their family, their school, show up, invest in mentors as soon as I came here, all of that were things that I did as soon as I arrived. And for me, it wasn't a risk. Because I said, I'm worth it. I guarantee I'm going to do whatever it takes. Who else here is going to do whatever it takes? Let me hear you say yes.
Yes.
Good. Because that is what it takes. It does take going over a little bit of a jump on a fear barrier sometimes. You're going to be encountering things like that, and you just walk right past them. Because fear is as real as the Wall Street stock market. That is pieces of paper floating around with no value whatsoever. The only value in life is who we are. It's our spiritual beingness. It's what we're going to do to make an impact, as Ken talks about. So I said you would learn the 2 things you need to know before starting internet marketing. Anybody remember what those were? Okay, they are listen to your mentor and take action.
Get off your butt.
Got it? That's right. Get off your butt. Second, 3 simple secrets to transform your life. Mindset. Formulas and mentors. Networking. Exactly. How to take or make content to become an instant expert. We went over all of that. We went over how to get loyal subscribers to pay. This is where you're double dipping. Into the membership, they're paying you. We're going to pull it out. We're going to double dip. And how to double your income in 1 month. When you launch an ebook, it goes $47 and then down. When you launch a membership site, it goes $47 and $47 and $47. And that is the next month you've already doubled your income because you have those guys sitting there paying you again. Plus, I added landing pages, sales pages, autoresponders, traffic methods, mindset, blogs, affiliate marketing, more. So did I deliver what I said I was going to?
Yes.
Good. Because there's more. I want you to understand that there are ingredients to a successful start. When you get started into internet marketing, there's about 3 phases. The first one is the landing page and the traffic. You get in and you know you've got to get ready for list building. The second phase is you get your sales page, you get some copywriting experience, and then you start to build at your own product. Second phase. The third phase is you find some sort of recurring revenue model so that you're not constantly launching and going up in a roller coaster environment. And that, of course, in this case, is the membership site model. Those all 3 phases are what I'm going to be talking about when I'm going to be showing you the 3 steps that I took and how you can take advantage of this as well. Because you can do it yourself. You can sit at home like this guy in his basement and try to make it happen. Or you can actually choose a route and we can walk this thing together. Because as Ken says, you have to do it yourself, but you do not have to do it alone. So I'm going to talk about what I call the Quantum Leap Profits Package. And before I came here, Ken said, I need you to put together the biggest thing you possibly can, because we have a lot of newbies, and we have a lot of people that have been in the industry for a while, but are not making enough income to sustain being full-time or sustain being able to leave their jobs or to take it to the next level. So what I did is I put a product together where we're going to have 6 teleclasses, and these are webinar-based, which means they're about 2 hours each, and we sit on there, and I show you exactly, as I'm doing it, a live creation of every single step on what you're going to be doing. I show you how to create the landing page, show you how to create the sales page, but I'll go into more of that later. Then you're going to get direct email support from me. Anybody ever being stuck with a question and you were unable to get that answer that you needed? And so you sat there perhaps for minutes or days or weeks without getting a reply. And so therefore you and your business and your income level did not move forward. Direct email support connection to somebody who can say, oh, just do this, is a very invaluable tool. And that's what I'm going to be giving to people that join with me today. You're going to get full content planning. You're going to get your $1 million design plan. And this is the exact strategy that I used to go from step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and blow out my company within the first year to achieve everything that I'd ever dreamed of. Branding planning, very important that you understand that you are the brand now of your company, of everything you do. You're going to stand proudly in front of it, and then we're going to build that around you. Because that's how you build relationships. And in internet marketing, if you're a faceless site, you're not going to sell anything. Because they're afraid that you're a scam, or if you're not willing to be the brand of your own product, then they're going to think something's wrong with that. You're going to get 6 months of hand-holding, which means whenever you need me, you need to email me, you need me to give you a shove somewhere, a little bit of mindset, you're going to get that as well for 6 months. So the total value of this so far is $11,979. Now Ken said that was a little pricey for his room. So I'm just going to go over some details and then we'll talk about that. Because I don't want to scare anybody off. I want everybody to be able to walk this journey with me and have me take you to where I have gone in a very short time. Okay, here's the topics we're going to cover in the webinar base. First, we're going to select your niche. For anybody that already has a niche, we're going to go over then the 4 critical steps to make sure you got the keywords that are optimizing you the most profit. Then we're going to take a look at creating a blog and a landing page. And we're not just going to be saying, here's how you create a blog and here's how you create a landing page, good luck.
Right.
We are going to be, here's how you create a blog. I'm going to check your blog. I'm going to check your blog posts. I'm going to subscribe to everything that you do. And I'm going to be continually feeding back. The landing page, by the time we're done that landing page, I'm going to probably have completely rewritten it by the time it goes up to the internet. The only reason that I have you do it and then me check and come in there and change headlines and change positioning and make sure everything's perfect, I have you do it because I need you to understand how to do it. Because even if you say, I'm going to outsource this, if you do not understand what to tell your outsourcer, what you get back will have no value to you because you have no way of knowing why it's not converting the way that you need it. We're going to do autoresponder creation, how to do the lessons for the membership site, and copywriting. We're going to touch on all 3 of those things. All of these have a formula. These are not random things. The way you set out an autoresponder has a formula, the way that you format your classes, and the copywriting. We're going to do sales page. And not only that, we're not going to just talk about it, you're going to do it. You're going to get a 15, actually I'll go into more detail about that. And we're going to do articles, press releases, and teleseminars. We're going to do kind of the 3 fundamental things to get you launched. And again, I talked about the direct email support. So if you have a question and no one to ask, you can be stuck for months. And literally, you can give up on something if you have nobody to properly answer that question for you. Forums are not the place to go and ask. Because you're going to get 30 people telling you what to do, and they're not making any money. Do you want to follow somebody that's not making any money? No. No, you don't. You want to kind of continue to bring yourself up to the next level.
Yes.
And if you have a tech support question or a marketing question, or marketing comes to me, tech support will go to my tech support team, so you'll get answered all those little things like how do I FTP up to my site, for anybody who doesn't know that. That can be an instant barrier.
Right.
Quantum lead package. Here's where I talked about the landing page. So You're going to get the landing page template that I use, full authorized ability to copy and scoop it as your own, and you're just going to plug and play. This is a page that I have that currently converts at anywhere from 18 to 22%, depending on the kind of the month and the flow and the efforts that I put to marketing to it. You're going to get the landing page formula check sheet, which means everything that you do from this point on, as you're doing the landing page, you're just going to check it off. Do I have this? Oops, I'm missing that. It's not, you know, and you got to get that piece in there. And then you're going to get, in this section here, it's a pile of videos. And these are just supplemental because there's a lot of weird things in internet marketing that a lot of people think you know and you have no idea what that is. Those are how to FTP, how to point a domain name elsewhere, you know, how to add your own meta tags so that you can be search engine optimized through Google. Weird little things no one talks about that have to be there in order for your success to be able to maximize. So we give you videos on exactly how to do that. If the videos do not help you, you just come to us and we'll help you through it. And mind mapping software so that you can start to project and plan your membership strategy for the lessons. Sales page formula, again, you're going to get my sales page. That converts. I'm going to give you the 15-point checklist so that every sales page that you create, you know that that is going well for you and you can follow that. And you're also going to get a questionnaire that I created. It's 26 pages. I've only ever given that to my high-end clients, the one-on-one clients, and I'm going to be giving it to you guys as well. And what this does is allows you to really think. It talks about markets and this and that and all sorts, 26 pages of questions. You plug your information in there, you're going to know how to market, and you're going to know what has to go into the sales page when you're ready to go. Then you're going to get 58 videos. And again, these are just supplemental. This is not to replace me or my tech team. These are just those little things where you'll say to me, well, I need to know how to do this. I need to know what the cPanel is. How do I do that? I'll say, OK, go watch the video. If you still have questions, come back. It just makes it a lot faster. And it's so much easier than me saying, if you go to the cPanel and you go over here and you click down there, it's a step-by-step video cycle. So there's 11 for ebooks. Because we're going to be focusing on membership sites, that's what we're going to do. But I want you to know how to do an ebook as well, because once we've done the membership site, you can push a pile of stuff together and sell an ebook outside of that. You're constantly going to repurpose and reblend, and this is going to tell you how to do it. 31 videos for marketing basics, for anybody that's in the newbie zone, you know, how to insert PayPal links, you know, just little things that you, again, cPanel, DNS server, FTP uploading, just kind of some basics that are just very comforting to know that they're there for you. Social media zone. We aren't going to get time to hit social media in my particular program, but that's a very important element of relationship building. So you're going to have access, and you're going to have 16 videos that will tell you, once our program is done, how to get into Twitter, what to do with Yahoo, MySpace, stumble upon Google video, things of that nature, and how to maximize your exposure so that when we're done officially and your membership is plugging away, you can start to build on these other strategies without paying any more money. Today, too, anybody that joins me, you're going to get my Teleseminar Trade Secrets Action Kit. This was the step-by-step way that I made $21,000 in 90 minutes for my first teleseminar, because there's a formula. And I just followed it. And so I give that audio to you. I give the ebook to you. I give the formula to you. I give you all the information you need to and who you need to contact in order to get access to free services and things of that nature. Plus, I give you my pre-flight checklist. As somebody who's run a business for 23 years, I understand what it takes to set up a business. And I give you all the elements in what's called a pre-flight checklist so that you know where you're going from a business standpoint, because you're not just selling a product, you're not just having a membership site, you're going to be a business. Because you understand you're going to have income and expenses, and you're going to want to be able to optimize all of that. And so I tell you all of that. Then I give you transcripts, cheat sheets, and action plans so that you can get your own teleseminar going right away. Then, of course, I talked about Quantum Leap Profits in the beginning and Quantum Leap Thinking. You're going to get the 12 Quantum Leap Secrets audio. So the first thing you do before you even get going is understand what those 12 steps are. And you just have them up on your desk there, and every day you do a little check. Am I doing that? Am I working toward the master goal? Am I mucking around with busy work? It's going to keep you on track and on target and thinking. Then you're going to get 3 months into my membership club. And this is really important for 2 reasons. One, the content is fabulous. Okay, it's going to help you really grow and move and do step-by-step niche marketing, niche selection, Google AdWords, all of those things. It's going to start to work you through that while I am additionally working through it with you live. And this is just, again, supplemental. But it's supplemental for 2 reasons. One is the information you're getting, and the second is the model. You are going to take my membership site model and you're going to scoop it. You're going to take my what's called a lesson layout, and you're going to take the 5 elements that I've broken it down into, and you're going to duplicate that format. And the 5 elements that I use are I give a free life, I give a life lesson in every element, in every lesson, every week. Then you get your actual lesson. Now, in my case, it's on internet marketing. In your case, it's going to be whatever your niche is. The 3rd element that I give is a free ebook. There are so many ebooks. I've actually bought tons and tons of rights and master resale rights and rights to ebooks. Probably spent close to $10,000 doing that. And what I do is I take the one that accentuates and really adds value to that exact lesson. You get that as well, because there's an additional 300 pages of information on top of my lesson for a lot of supplemental stuff, so I give that as well. And then I make sure we round it off with an affirmation for the week. You're going to sit with that in front of you, and you're going to know that every week, that's what I'm going to focus on as a being, as a person. And then that way, everything you do for that week not only enhances you and takes you to a higher place, but it really helps you stay focused on what you want to accomplish for that given week. And then there's tons more bonus gifts. As I said, you really need to do articles. So there's an article marketing course that I give you within this. And then over 650 articles in 20 different niches. So I talked about content. You're going to have no problem getting started in the beginning with content, because this is going to give you all the ideas to use. You can either use it, rework it, or say, okay, now I see what should go there. This is how I would write it. But at least it's some way to keep you stimulated and getting content. Then private label rights. This is something that I've never given out. This is the very first time. But again, I wanted it to make it a huge impact for you so that when you hit the market, you're in a whole different level. And what's happened, what I'm giving here is 42 private label rights products. I put down $4,200. It cost me way more than that. But I'm putting a value for you guys at $4,200 because this is what you're going to get. So there's 42 different niches in there. You're going to be able to, it has a sales page. It has all the e-covers and the graphics. It has the AdWords written for it. It has the keywords written for it. This is a full-blown, ready-to-launch campaign. So if you have any experience, right off the bat, you can start launching these plug-and-play niches, 42 of them. Or if you're just getting started, and we're going to walk you in the beginning just through the membership element, we're going to take the content from that stuff, and we're going to start to use it. And then when you've gone through the path of how to build a landing page, how to build a sales page, when we're done and you're working your membership site, you're going to have 42 different markets to launch to. And even if they're not your markets, it doesn't matter. These are all kind of money-making niches that I hand-selected and put together for you. So you're going to have enough to last you a complete year of business launching. So putting it all together pretty well, the email support, the formulas and templates, $1 million design planning, 42 PLR products, 58 full support videos, 6 months of hand-holding, 3 months of membership, 650 articles, bonuses, the quantum leaps thinkings, all of that's coming to $8,345. And what I'm really, in essence, going to do is just charge you for my time. The rest of everything is going to be free. So we've got all of these things. And then, instead of the 6 months hand-holding, I'm going to give you 1 year of hand-holding. So that as you hit the next part, you can get help with that too. And what that hand-holding means is whenever I hold a class, you are able to jump on that anytime. So I have classes continually streaming through the year. And so let's say something happened as we started our next course of how to build a membership site, and you can't make it, a couple things happen, you know, life always happens. Gets in your way, no problem. Start again here. Problems? No problem. Start again here. You have a complete year with me to jump on board with my program anytime you want, so that if you have a problem, you can jump on, or you can repeat with me, because there's things that I'll tell you the next time and the next time and the next time that are going to be way different, because in the course of a year, this industry changes like a brush fire.
Right.
So if you continue to hop on my classes for that same price for a complete year, you're going to only continue to carry the one kind of price that you invested in initially. It will not cost you a dime more for a complete year. But what's even better is I know that you guys can make this work. I know you guys can make a membership site. I know all my other clients are making it work, so I know you can too. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pay you $3,000 for your success story. Does that sound good? Who thinks here $3,000 for a success story is a pretty good deal? So that's what I'm going to do. If we're going to take it down, I'm going to pay you today for your success story, and it's only going to be $2,497. But I have one more thing for you. And then this is it, because I can't do it anymore. And that is, for the first 20 at the order desk, there is a $500 My Bill. And what you can do is they're going to have this. It's stapled to the order. As you go up there, they're going to reduce the price, and for today only and for as long as these last, they're going to reduce it by another $500. And for the first 20, I'm going to install the membership software for you. I'm going to add 1,500 marketing strategies that you can get and do whatever you want with. I'm going to give you access to 58 different ready-to-go templates. If you did, because let's say you want to keep those niches, the 42 PLRs, exactly the way they are, there's another 58 ready-to-go templates. You can just plunk your landing page content in the middle, and you can plunk your lessons in that exact same template. You are ready to go, plus 26 graphic headers for anything else that you want to do. And that alone is worth $5,497. You're going to get your $500 cash off right now today for anybody who gets a hold of one of these, making it only $1,997. So does that sound good?
Yeah.
Good. All right, excellent. So who needs to do this? Anyone who wants the freedom lifestyle faster. Anyone who wants passive recurring income. Anyone who wants to increase their income while decreasing the amount of time that they have to put in it from hours to a day. You know, it's just so small the amount of time it takes to put lessons together now. Anyone who already has software, ebooks, CDs, DVDs, you are the perfect candidate as well, because you can launch like you can't imagine, huge amount. Anyone who already has a passion that they want to create a community around. Instead of just launching an ebook on that community, put together a whole community and get paid to be the host. So if this is for you, feel free to go anytime now. And again, we're going to go over your $1 million design. We're going to start it with the continuity recurring. We're going to attack all 3 phases at once so that you get your complete foundation in internet marketing so that you can carry every idea you have to full, fast profits. So my name's Tracy Repchuk. I'm the Marketing Makeover Maestro, and you guys matter to me.